Hello there, my name's Scott and I'm going to be doing a review on 3 e-liquid flavours which I received from www.electronic-cigz.com. That is CIGZ.com. Before I start, I must point out I did receive them free of charge for the purpose of conducting a review. My opinion of products remain true, honest and accurate as always. Okay, so the 3 flavours they sent out were American Tobacco, Cafe Cappuccino and Menthol Ice. These are all sort of e-liquids that have been made in the USA. These particular ones are a 50-50 mix of PG and VG, and they're all 16 milligram strength. Okay, so what I've done is I've got 3 2-ohm bow cartomizers, and I've filled each one up with obviously the individual flavours. I'm just using it on my GG Stealth, so it's obviously just running it like a standard sort of 3.7 volts. Okay, so it's going to be a bit of a mixed bag, this review. We're going to start off with the bad, then the fairly good, and then the very good. Okay, so the first one is the American Tobacco. And like vapour-wise, you know, you can see it's producing a nice amount of vapour, but also you have to bear in mind that the amount of vapour you are going to sort of get out of these e-liquids will be very dependent on what sort of device you're using, what sort of atomizer, what sort of resistance, what sort of voltage, etc, etc. But nevertheless, with what I'm actually using here, as you can see, nice amount of vapour there. Now the flavour, now anyone who sort of has seen sort of at least a couple of my reviews will know that I only really mainly vape sort of tobacco flavours and menthol flavours, and it's exceptionally rare that I will try a tobacco flavour and not like it. I can normally always find something positive about it, and you know, some part of the flavour that I really do enjoy. I could quite happily sort of vape it for a good few hours at a time, or even like all day. As far as I can remember, this is probably the first e-liquid or tobacco flavoured e-liquid which I can honestly say that I think is absolutely horrible. I'm just not enjoying it at all. Flavour wise, it has got a smoky sort of taste to it. I'm not getting any sort of tobacco taste mix in there at all though, not what I would class as like a tobacco sort of flavour. The only way I can sort of describe it is a slight sort of nasty sort of vegetable sort of taste. You know, imagine if you're having like your Sunday dinner and there's normally always one sort of set of vegetables like, you know, Brussels sprouts or cauliflower that's been put on your plate, and it's got that sort of, well, if you don't like Brussels sprouts or cauliflower, it's got that horrible sort of aftertaste to it, and it's like a smoky taste mixed in with that sort of aftertaste. Like I said, I'm not personally getting any sort of tobacco flavour at all, and it's just, I'm just not enjoying it at all whatsoever. And like I said, it's exceptionally rare that I can try a tobacco flavoured e-liquid where I can say, you know, I really don't like that. Like I said, as far as I can remember, that's got to be the first time. Bear in mind though that, you know, taste is so subjective. Just because I don't like something doesn't mean that you and the vast majority of other people are going to sort of feel the same. You know, I'm sure there's plenty of people that bought this juice and they probably like it, you know, as one of their probably their favourites. You know, just my own sort of personal taste buds just don't seem to agree with that flavour whatsoever, unfortunately. Okay, so I'm going to move on then to the Cafe Cappuccino. Now, I love coffee flavour. Well, let me rephrase that. I love drinking coffee. I mean, I'll probably go through a good sort of 10, 12 mugs of coffee a day. But one thing I can't stand is sort of coffee flavoured sweets, coffee flavoured, you know, sweets, etc, etc. And needless to say, I normally can't stand coffee flavoured e-liquid. And I've not had a great deal like over the years, but you know, I've probably tried about sort of 4 or 5 different ones, and every one of them has been, for me, sort of tasting pretty rank, really. So this is the coffee flavoured one, or Cafe Cappuccino, which I wasn't really expecting many good things to say about it. But as coffee flavoured e-liquids go, this is without doubt the nicest one that I have tried. And like I said, I've not tried that many, you know, so take that with a pinch of salt. But for me, it is definitely the nicest one that I've tried. It's got a very authentic coffee taste to it. I'd say it's more of like a dark sort of roast coffee rather than like a nice sort of light milky coffee. But I think the reason why I seem to like this one more than any other is because the taste it's strong, but not as strong as what some of the others have been. I find the other sort of coffee flavours are just sort of way over the top and sort of too in your face for me to sort of be able to enjoy any sort of length as much as I could. But this one here is still a strong flavour. I don't want to give you the impression that it's quite weak, because it isn't. It is still a strong flavour, but definitely not quite as in your face as some of the other coffee flavoured e-liquids. And no, throat hit wise with all these e-liquids, you know, you get a nice strong kick there, but you know, I personally do find that the like higher nicotine content of the e-liquid, like the stronger or the harsher the throat hit. So you know, if you try a different sort of milligram strength, you might get a stronger throat hit, or you might get a slightly weaker throat hit. But you know, with the ones they've sent me, I'm getting a nice strong kick in the back of the throat. So to summarise, you know, the coffee one or cafe cappuccino, you know, if you like your coffee flavoured vapes, I'm absolutely positive you would love it. You know, if you like me and you're not overly keen, then it's probably one to avoid really. But it was a surprisingly quite nice e-liquid. Okay then, so the last one is going to be the menthol ice, and this is where things, you know, really do start taking a nice positive turn, because as most people know, I do like my menthols. And okay, so this is the menthol ice. And I'm pleased to say it's just a very, very nice menthol vape, and I could quite happily vape this all day, every day for the rest of my life. You know, it is that much of a nice sort of menthol. I do like my menthols to be normally exceptionally strong, and I wouldn't quite put it up in that category, but it is definitely a lot stronger than some of the other menthols on the market. So you know, if you don't want your menthols to be overly strong, you just want a nice little menthol vape, then I'm positive that you'd really like it. It's just a very nice menthol vape, menthol flavour. And again, like, you know, where you're getting the, you know, it helps because it is a 50-50 mix of PG and VG, so you are getting that sort of quite slightly sort of thicker vapour than normal, and you know, it does tend to sort of linger around a little bit as well. You're getting a slight sort of minty taste to it, because sometimes you find that, you know, people sell e-liquid, they call it menthol, but when you get it, it's just more of a strong mint rather than actual menthol. And this is definitely a menthol. You are getting that sort of feeling as though your chest and your sinuses are getting all nicely sort of cleared out and that. So to summarise, you know, if you like a really nice menthol vape, not quite as strong as what I would like it, but like I said, I do like my menthols normally exceptionally strong, but nevertheless, it is a very nice menthol flavour. So to summarise on all three, American tobacco, for me personally, avoid it like the plague. Cafe cappuccino, a surprisingly quite nice coffee vape. If you do like your coffees, I'm positive you'll absolutely love it. And the menthol ice, just a very, very nice menthol vape there. Okay then guys, well, you know, thank you very much for watching. If you do fancy trying some of these out, go along to www.electronic-cigz.com, that's CIGZ.com. And also please come along and visit my website at www.e-cig-reviews.com, that's e-cig-reviews.com. Cheers guys, happy vaping, see you later.